The cunning of Sima Yi managed to eliminate Gongsun Yuan. Not knowing the limits of his strength, he had turned his back on Wei and declared himself the king of Yan. Unable to control his anger towards this fool, Sima Yi was reminded of another man. The unparalleled tactician that had fallen at the Wujiang Plains, Zhuge Liang. Once his star had faded, the land had changed dramatically. Within Wei, Zhao Rui succeeded Cao Pi as emperor and began a rule of greed and opulence. While within Wu, they watched the struggle between Wei and Shu as they stabilized their own country and strengthened their defenses. Meanwhile, determined to rebuild its strength, Shu remained quiet as it recovered. It was then that Cao Rui of Wei died and was replaced by the young Cao Feng. Supporting Cao Feng were the Wei general Cao Shuang and none other than Sima Yi. However, Sima Yi willingly gave up his authority and decided to retire instead. For he felt that dividing power between two people would only lead to chaos within the government. In addition, with Zhuge Liang gone, there were none who could match his intellect. Realizing this fact during his battle against Gongsun Yuan, he later disappeared from the public eye. And so, as the lone authority of Wei, Cao Shuang moved to attack Shu in the hope of returning Wei to its former glory. Sima Yi refused to participate in this battle and dispatched his son, Sima Zhao, in his stead. It was a sign of how much he missed having a worthy opponent.
We can place ambush troops here, but that means these supplies.
It's a little dark for map reading, isn't it? Who are you again?
My name is Deng Ai, my lord. I have had the honor of speaking with your father on several occasions.
Is that right?
I have something I wish to discuss with you, my lord.
What is it you want to say?
Forgive me, but would you be willing to speak to our lord on my behalf? We have been short on provisions since our last campaign. Our first order of business should be to find some nice, fertile land. The enemy is clearly reading our every move. We should prepare for a surprise attack.
I suppose you already mentioned this to him and he ignored you. Well, he's not much of a listener. Even if it's coming from me, he's just going to say the same thing.
Perhaps, but you're the only chance I've got.
How do I always get myself caught up in these things? My lord, there's something I'd like to discuss with you.
Ah, there you are, Sima Zhao. I have an important mission for you. I want you to launch a surprise attack on the enemy supply base and secure provisions for our men.
If I do, then our defenses here will be thin. I think it best if we prepare for an attack by the enemy and strengthen our defenses.
You're not the first one to mention that to me. You must have spoken with Deng Ai. There is no way the enemy will try to attack us. They have no idea what we are up to. Enough. I order you to go and attack the supply base. Understood?
I suppose I don't have much of a choice.
This has all gone wrong, Deng Ai. Lord Cao Shuang wants us to raid the enemy supply depots.
I apologize, but I am still worried that the enemy will spring a night raid.
I hope they do. That'd teach him. Come on, we better get moving.
The supply depots are to the northwest. We must approach undetected.
We've been ordered to defend this area. Do you think you can handle it?
Speed and daring are the final requirement. The supply depots are just ahead.
Terrible news! Our main camp is under attack. It needs help urgently.
Just as I feared.
This ought to make Lord Zhao Xuan see sense. I guess we better go help out. Things are looking very good for us.
You're out here all alone? Not me. I welcome such carelessness in the ranks of my enemies.
Part of our main camp defenses have been wiped out by a fire attack. What a disaster. I have no excuse for troubling you with this rally. Don't lose this opportunity. We must use this momentum to press the attack.
Excellent job. I suppose you chose a laugh. You were right, and I was wrong. Why would you do that? So what do you want to do? I think our chances of winning are pretty much gone.
I know that. All forces retreat.
The enemy seems to be coming from the north. We must take the western gate and head south.
You have your father's eye for strategy, I see. The western gate, you say? Very well.
I am fine with it. You must protect Lord Zhao Xuan. My lord, you needn't concern yourself about me, but thank you.
How could this be? It's as if your actions out there have cured me of all my ailments.
Victory will be ours if you can survive this. Show them what you've got.
This is our chance, man. Claim the head of the leader of Wei.
Not again. have to take care of them.
A concentrated attack is always better than a single one. Work together and you shall prevail, men.
The night raid. The tenacious waves of attack. I'd say they have quite the strategist leading them. That would be me. And I'm here to claim your head.
Withdrawal is almost complete. But you're not getting past me.
This one looks like a real pain in the neck. Don't I? I'll leave it to you.
Surely, Zhao.
That'll do. Pull out! Well, it looks like we got away clean in the end. But the general may prove a problem. I suppose I should go and report on what happened to my father.
Most impressive, my lord. You reminded me of your father out there today.
What? Come on. Don't say things like that. Right. Let's move on out of here.
He defeats the enemy with assured decision-making and retreats by the safest route. It seems the Sima family is the only one that can reunite Wei.